Hello. Let's do a Facebook Live. Brent Jones, NuHomeSource Realty. Let me say that first. Now, let's do a Facebook Live. Let's talk about how to avoid buying a quote unquote bad house. What are the safeguards that are in place to help ensure or increase the odds that you're not going to buy a bad house, a lemon? Let's talk about that before we get started. Click notifications, follow me, like this video, share this video with family and friends, and leave a comment. Okay, so you're thinking about buying a house. It's a even if it's a new construction home, but let's talk about pre-existing homes. So how do you know that you're not buying a money pit? There are some safeguards in place. First of all, in the vast majority of the cases, the current owner has to provide what's called a seller's disclosure. There are some exceptions to that. Sure hope we're still going live here. There are some exceptions to that, but by and large, the property owner has to do a seller's disclosure. There's various different versions of that seller's disclosure. Some brokerages have their own version, but basically the one from Trek is about 6 pages long, and the first page is yes or no, does this house have any of these components? And of the components that you say the house has, how many of them have any issues, or are you aware of any issues, or have you ever accepted any money from an insurance company to repair something and then you didn't have it repaired? So, okay, I guess, forgive me, I'm looking for the timer and I don't see a timer, so I assume we're going live. Maybe we are, maybe we aren't, whatever. Okay, so that's the seller's disclosure. Now, that is just one bit of information that you're going to get. The seller's disclosure, again, is filled out by the homeowner. They are to be as forthcoming and open and honest as possible. I'm not insinuating that homeowners would purposely not disclose problems that they know that they have, but that would be one piece of information. Sometimes the homeowners just don't understand the question, or they just don't have a recollection of this, or they have no idea of what the question's even asking. But anyway, by and large, seller's disclosure do provide some much needed information. But here's the big thing that's going to give you the most accurate information that you need. You're going to you submit an offer with your realtor. By the way, if you don't have a realtor, I'll be happy to help out. You submit an offer, you get your offer accepted. You're going to have an option period. Once the final party that's involved in the contract initialed and signs, and the contract is 100% executed, you now officially have a deal. And from the time that last person has signed and executed the contract, the clock on the option period begins, and it can be whatever y'all negotiated. It can be 3 days, 5 days, 7 days. Typically, in order to make your offer as competitive as possible, you're not going to have a real long option period. 14 days, that's not really done in today's market. Somewhere between 3 and 7 days would be normal, 5 days being the average. Okay, so during that time, you're going to have the property inspected. You can have it inspected by whomever you want. They need to have a license from the state of Texas, a home inspector's license from the state of Texas, because without that, nobody's going to respect their opinion. So be sure whoever you hire that they have a current license, homeowner's home inspection license from the state of Texas. If you don't know of anyone, your realtor could recommend some people to you. If they've had a successful track record with some home inspectors. If you wanted to ask your realtor that would be a possibility as well. Anyway, you're going to have the property inspected. The inspector's going to go out, and they are going to go over that house with a fine-tooth comb. When you get the inspection report, it's going to start with the foundation, and then it's going to go to the roof, and then it's going to do everything in between. So all the components, foundation, roof, electrical, plumbing, HVAC, windows, And then any other little just oddities, that light's not coming on, the dishwasher's not draining properly, the oven's not getting, I put it on 350 and it never got to 350, that kind of stuff. The hot water heaters, everything's going to be inspected. By the way, don't let a home inspection freak you out. It's going to be 52 pages. It's going to be 52 pages of problems because the home inspector wants to do the best job for you possible because you hired him. But also there's some CYA involved in that. The home inspector doesn't want to miss anything, so he wants to view and give an opinion on basically everything in the house. So if when you read that, it's like, oh my God, 52 pages. Well, it's not 52 pages of major problems. It's just 52 pages of observations and opinions. What you want to do when you get the home inspection is don't look at it like this, look at it like this. What are the big things, if there are any? What are the big major kinds of things? Don't let it freak you out. But the home inspection is where you're going to really get the information. By the time you're done, you're going to know more about the current condition of the house than the current homeowner does. So then based on your home inspection, you have multiple options. Again, you're still in your option period, whatever that is, 3 days, 5 days, 7 days. If the inspection report comes back and, oh my God, this house is horrible, you have the option to terminate the contract. But in the real world, what typically happens is you and your realtor are going to go back to the seller and request repairs. And there's paperwork involved in that. There's an amendment and you would list specifically what you want to have fixed. By the way, let me mention this real quickly. You and your realtor need to be as specific as possible and even provide a page or two from the inspection report so that everyone sees exactly what the inspector saw and everyone is on the same page as to exactly what the issue is and exactly specifically what's being asked for. For instance, if I said to you, Bob, I want you to fix the roof, and Bob says, okay, Brent, I'll fix the roof. Bam, we have a deal, correct? But herein lies the problem. My version of Bob fix the roof is Bob replace the roof, and Bob's version of fix the roof is replace a couple of shingles. Now, did we have an agreement that he's going to fix the roof? Yes, but there is a wildly different understanding of what that means. That's why when you write up an amendment or you have your realtor write up the amendment, y'all have to be as specific as possible so that everyone understands what's being asked for and what's being agreed to. So a week before closing, hey, how come my roof hadn't been replaced? You never said you wanted your roof replaced. Yeah, you said you were going to fix it. I did fix it. I replaced 2 of the shingles on the back side. You see wherein lies the problem. So be as specific as possible. But anyway, those are the safeguards. Seller's disclosure is one piece of information. The home inspection is another piece. By the way, if you're buying a new home, you need to still get it inspected. The builder may not be excited about you sending an inspector out on their construction site, but too bad. You have the right to have the property inspected, and even new homes can have some issues. So anything I can do to be of help? Brent Jones, NuHomeSource Realty. Any questions that you have? I've been doing this for 33 years. Any questions that you have related to real estate in the North Texas area, I would be more than happy to help. Brent Jones, NuHomeSource Realty, 214-649-4528. Have a great day. Bye-bye.